I don't know if it's luck or just navigating profession, that I've just had really, really good guidance all of my career. Obviously, Gretchen was the first woman that I ever reported to. When I first got hired at Payment Tech, I was excited because it was a woman that hired me and I was going to report to her. And I thought, this is fascinating. I can't wait. And then that following day, she was fired and I had to walk her with her flower pot to her car.
Are you serious?
And
Where was this? PaySafe?
at Payment Tech.
Okay.
So you're looking at 1999. And the boss I was going to report to was out of town, and they asked me to move my desk, his desk, and I think one other desk, and I had just started there. And so PTSD for the rest of my life. I never decorated anything in my cubicle because
Oh
I
my
always
gosh.
thought this could be
Remember her
your last
carrying the flower?
day.
You didn't want,
Yeah,
you
this
didn't
could
want
be-
anybody to help you carry your
This
shit.
could be your last day. And
Yeah.
so I thoroughly enjoyed working with Gretchen and for Gretchen because she offered guidance I always wanted but never had. And then, I would say working the majority of my career for men has actually been a very good experience for me because if you're in sales, it's not a great thing to be spoiled all the time. And I think I had managers that really pushed me, and I would complain about salary and this and that. And if they would, the harsh reality is if you want to make more money, you need to go out and you need to sell. And when you hear that at first, it's a little bit shocking to hear the
But
reality.
they make you better. Like, I don't think I would have been as good if he didn't just take the time to say, just try 30 offices.
Mhm.
And it was hard because, of course, I got kicked out a lot. But I mean,
Escorted
but
out, yeah.
it's there. When you're in it, you might not appreciate. But when you're older and you look back, it's like he made me.
These
so
are
good.
great. Yeah, these
He
are
made
great
me.
nuggets.
He made me. Better.
Yeah. I think I'll just speak from my experience in business development. I've had great managers that told me or guided me through very challenging situations, and I'm really hard on myself anyway. I think if you talk to most really, really good salespeople, they're really hard on themselves. They beat themselves up every day. I don't celebrate a close. I'm happy that I closed an opportunity, but I'm not one to go out to dinner and celebrate because tomorrow is a new day.
Yes.
And the same thing that happened today I need to do tomorrow, and so it's a constant.
That's interesting that you say that about sales, because with sales you have quotas, and you could be the superstar that month and everybody's celebrating you and sending you these things, but that you're at zero the next month, and you got it, and it's and it's so hard, because it's not repeat business, because you can't go back. You have to create new business, so you're always you're at, that is really it's one thing I have to say when it comes to sales, not I think you're born in it. There's people that just could never be in sales. Like I mean, I have family members that have told me, they're working social worker. They need a 9 to 5, and they couldn't because of the risk. Because it's every day's a risk. You're taking you're on this. You have quotas and goals and.
Yeah. I mean, my sales experience is I'm very hard on myself every day. And so the challenge to go work at Goat was exciting to me because it was really, really scary to leave a corporate atmosphere and start from scratch, really, and build everything from scratch along with my colleagues and management, the other employees. And, so it's hard to pinpoint one manager.
At what point do you think you're going to be able to say, I took, because you've done so much there. You guys have built what you've gone and done since you started. I mean, you're saying you're so hard on yourself. You have to look back and see what you've accomplished too, right?
Or haven't
Well, you see, I
taken
feel
1 second to do that because I feel like we have so much more work to do. There's always more work to do.
I do feel
It
that
just
way.
always
at NMI
feels
too.
like there's more work to do.
I feel the same at NMI too. I feel that I can do so much more, and if I'm not at 150% of quota, I feel like I'm not. I've something's going on. Why am I not closing enough business? I'm not following up enough. I'm not doing this. Like I told you guys, my dog, I blame you for the last 2 weeks. rack.
Everybody's sales style is different. I've been really lucky. Managers have not micromanaged me. They've never put me against the gun on quotas per se, because I think anybody who's hired me knows I'm going to beat myself up way more than you ever could do that. And so, every day is a constant hustle, and it's a constant challenge. And you're right, to some degree. If I will beat myself up all weekend because I didn't do something, or I didn't say something, or maybe I didn't
I've
convey
seen you
it the
do
right
that.
way.
I've seen you analyze. I just got off this conference call, and this was a response after, and what did I say wrong? And you like overly beat up yourself.
Yeah, it's great. I really love
But I also love that you're
I
like,
really love
but you don't give up. You're like,
No.
I need to go back and figure out what happened, because I'm going to go back and I'm going to go in and I'm going to approach them a different way, because maybe you're really hard on yourself. And I've seen you do that even with things.
But I love it. I mean, I wouldn't
I don't
wanna
think
do
I'm as
anything
hard on
else.
myself as you.
I think you are.
In
I
a
think
different
you
way.
are. Yeah, in a different way. But I think if you're the type of salesperson that is relying on a brand and sitting at a desk and waiting for something to pop in your CRM or pipeline, it's going to be a very slow and
You gotta
boring
source this.
sales development for you.
I need to work out more of my networking and get more, I think for me, I have a lot of relationships, and I need to continue to reach out to them and tell them new things that we're doing. And I need to do LinkedIn more. She's amazing. I wanted her. She was going to help me, because I know I need to have more of a LinkedIn. It's just like I'm so bad at social media, period. It's funny. That's what I was telling Woody. Like, I really don't, post a lot. And, I believe it or not, even though I'm really silly and joke a lot, I'm kind of shy too. I don't like to be in the center of stuff. And so even with social media, I see it all, but I don't like to put myself out there.
Yeah, today's business development person, I think, has to be super dynamic. You cannot it's not enough to cold call anymore. You have to know technology. You have to have a good network. You have to know how to manage platforms and content.
Well, this is why I started this, because I felt that this would be a way for us to grow our businesses, because we all complement each other. We're all, you're my partners, you're a referral partner. I mean, for me, I thought this is going to help us get out there, to help us create more, help our career, but maybe create more revenue for our company, create more funds.
Yeah,
more funds. But so yeah, and this is thinking out of the box for me, because I am kind of putting ourselves out there. But I love it. And now that I'm drinking wine, I feel better. Now you tell me about your best boss.
I have two. It's hard to choose. They're totally different. Both are men. One was a boss that I had that hired me actually at FIS, and then when 5 months after that, FIS acquired WorldPay. We both transitioned into WorldPay, and sometimes when you go through M&A, you never know where you're going to land. And this guy believed in me and supported me. And there were days when I'm like, I don't think I'm going to have a job here. And then, but lo and behold, I did. He really did help me navigate the new organization. And when he left the company, I was very sad, but I also knew that I would be leaving very soon thereafter. It was a different place without him. Different strategy. I knew that the end was there. My other favorite boss was at Global Payments, and he was just at J Rising.
I remember the day.
He didn't come from the industry, so he had just a fresh set of eyes. But he, from a mentor perspective, just general business, was actually incredible. And he had these sayings, these hilarious sayings, that we just called them J-isms. I don't know if he made them up.
Kind of like serious.
I don't know where they came from, but when he left the company, we actually got a big picture of them and then put a frame around it, and everybody wrote a J-ism saying that he said. I mean, they were just really.
Okay,
It's
we
really
got
great.
to do one more. Who's your biggest mentor? If you guys have, or is that the same as manager? Because I have a mentor that I love to shout
I would say
out
the
to.
same. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm the same.
people. Yeah.
For me, it was Jeff White.
Oh, really?
I adore Jeff White, and he was, I was at i3 Verticals, and they were just launching, and they had no ISO channel, and I had to fly to Atlanta every week. I mean, one week out of the month, and they wanted me to move there, and it was just, but his personality, he was just the most amazing. He was my mentor because he introduced me to a lot of people. Just, I think he's like my favorite person. And even now when I see him, I mean, he's helped me in so many ways, always.
He's a really
With that
good guy.
MasterCard, I mean, he'd open the door for me. He just, I actually spent a weekend once in Atlanta, and I'm his wife Patty and his daughter, and does all these tribal alcohol. But that's my mentor. I love to get him on here. I know that he finally left
Yeah.
MasterCard. He's doing some
Yep.
really cool stuff. I think that I'd love to do for the podcast is bring mentors or people that we love and support, men and women. I'd love to bring them on and just pay it forward a little,
Yeah.
Subscribe and follow Girls Just Want to Have Funs for the rest of this story and others like it.